Okay. Hi, my name is Chella Saya, and I'm a study abroad advisor at the University of Wisconsin-Stout. Um, I am relatively new to this field, but I share that because it was really study abroad that brought me here. I was an undergraduate at UW Green Bay, and during that time, I went on a couple study abroad experiences. I went on a Spanish immersion to Spain, San Sebastian, Spain, and I went on a faculty-led program to Greece and Turkey. And because I had such an incredible experience, I decided after graduation to pursue volunteering with the US Peace Corps. So I spent 2 years abroad in the Philippines, and it still wasn't enough. So I came back and did a master's in international development. And basically since that time, I've been living and working abroad for probably over half of my adult life. So I've lived in 7 countries and traveled to 50. I've now come back home to Wisconsin, but I'm so excited to be serving in this role as study abroad advisor because it was so pivotal for me. And I know it is also just as an important experience for so many other students. So I'm happy to be here speaking with you about your options to study abroad or away through programs run by UWStout. So just a little bit about Stout, if I can change my slide here. There we go. You may have heard of Stout being referred to as Wisconsin's Polytechnic University, and that's a designation held by just 3% of universities nationwide. And basically what it means is we combine the liberal arts education that all UW system schools like your own have, but we also keep a very strong focus on career readiness, applied learning, and collaboration. Here at UWStout, our 9,000 some students are on a campus that have 3 times more labs than classrooms, which is consistent with our applied learning focus. Also in line with our career readiness focus, we have nearly 99% rate of employment or continuing education following graduation. In terms of study abroad, about 13% of our students study abroad or away as part of their education at UWStout. And today I'm going to be talking about 12 faculty-led programs that are available for non-Stout students in spring 2021, summer 2021, and January 2022. Before I go much further, I do want to address the elephant in the room, COVID-19, and just to say that no, right now in fall 2020, students are not studying abroad, are not going on faculty-led programs, but that we do expect international study, and we hope that it will resume in spring 2021 and beyond. That being said, we do encourage our students to have in place sort of a plan A and a plan B. Plan A being, let's plan to study abroad. Let's apply to these programs and do what you need to put in place to be able to go. But if conditions change or if conditions aren't where we want them to be by spring 2021 or summer 2021, then we also encourage students to have a plan B. So for example, if you're interested in one of our faculty-led programs that might provide you some history credits or a biology course that you need for your major, make sure you have an idea of how you could get those credits, either at your school or through another study abroad program further out into the future as a plan B. So with that being said, let's talk about these programs. In spring 2021, we have a program called The Mythic Past of Modern Greece. And this is a repeat program. It's very popular with students. Because it is coming up in spring, we actually have a deadline that's coming up quickly in October. And because of the strong interest in this program, we do encourage, if you're interested, to apply as soon as possible. It is a program that goes in March and for just over a week. In this program, you'll be introduced to a small country of Greece, but one that has a huge history in terms of Greek myth and mythological tradition. On this program, you will read great literature where it was written. You'll look at great art where it was created. You'll reimagine the ancient rites where they were practiced centuries ago, and you'll walk in the geography of heroes and gods of the mythology that we all read about. Some of the locations on the itinerary include the Acropolis, the Agia Theodora, ancient Messene, Delphi, Theros Cave, Epicurios Apollon Temple, Lycaon Mountain, Lycosura, Maestras, Nemea, Nestor's Palace, and more. So this really is a jam-packed program. It is based on a 1-credit history course. As far as cost goes, you should expect a program fee of just over $4,000, and that would include your tuition, fees, airfare, accommodation, in-country transportation, some meals, and the cultural activities that I just mentioned, and more. However, we also encourage students to budget a bit more for out-of-pocket expenses, so about a total of $4,725. And that's for things like souvenirs, perhaps eating some meals out on your own with the friends that you make on the program, or doing some other activities on your own as well. And if you don't have a passport, it also would include the application fee for a passport. As I mentioned, the deadline is coming out very quickly on October 15th. That's the only program we have for spring, but for summer we have quite a lineup. Oh, sorry, I think it went back too far. Hold on, sorry. I can't get, here we go. There we go, sorry about that. So if you are interested in going to a landscape that is so different from the Midwest, but maybe is not officially outside the US, this is a great program to consider, environmental science and sustainability, that is going to Hawaii in the first part of June of 2021. In this program, it's really great if you are concerned about environmental challenges that are facing our society and our world, if you want to learn more about how we can meet humanity's needs sustainably. Also, you'll be learning about the unique, very unique ecology of these islands, their culture, their environmental challenges, and sustainable solutions that they're developing. You'll also be exploring in person the local ecology while hiking and swimming and snorkeling. You'll be visiting agricultural and energy facilities to discover how humans are taking advantages of the natural resources that are available to them. You'll learn how waste and pollutants are managed on these remote islands, and you'll experience Polynesian culture and traditional relationships between humans and nature. There are also a ton of locations included on this itinerary, so I'll run through these. You'll be going on a Big Island farm tour, a macadamia nut factory tour. You'll be going to Diamond Head, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, historic Honolulu, including the Arts District in Chinatown, a Kona coffee plantation tour, an ancient aquaculture site, the Polynesian Cultural Center, Rainbow Falls, Waikiki Beach, and Waimea Valley Park. This is based on a 4-credit biology course. And during those couple weeks, you can expect a total program fee of just over $6,000. Again, that includes the tuition, the fees, flight, and of course your accommodation, some meals, and cultural activities. But again, please do budget a bit more, about $6,700, to include your out-of-pocket costs. For all of these summer programs that I'll be talking about, we have 2 deadlines to look at, a priority deadline and a final deadline. If possible, we like to fill our programs a bit early so that we can start making reservations and making purchases, because typically we can have some cost savings in that way and pass those savings on to students. So we have a priority deadline of December 15th. If we don't fill this program or the other summer programs, then we keep the applications open until March 1st as the final deadline. But if you are interested, very interested in any of these programs, we do encourage you to apply for that priority deadline. So now to go into the next one. So this will take you outside of the United States a bit, and this is a program called Education in Cozumel, Mexico. And this is a perfect program for education majors, especially if you're interested in early childhood education and special education. During this program, you'll be spending 40 hours in the classroom, working directly with students that have and do not have disabilities. It's a mix. You can choose from several opportunities to interact and teach with local students, teachers, and their families at the preschool and school age level, as well as adults with disabilities at an adult training center. Through this experience, you'll gain an understanding and develop an awareness of the cultural and linguistic responsiveness necessary to teach a diverse group of students. Another great benefit of this program is that there are going to be conversational Spanish workshops available if you want to develop some Spanish skills or perhaps improve upon the Spanish skills that you already have, and those are optional. Meanwhile, you'll be exploring the beautiful island of Cozumel, and you'll take numerous excursions to learn about the Mexican and Mayan cultures, including food, their economy, language, dance, and history. You'll be taking several excursions, including a snorkeling trip. You'll be taking a ferry to the mainland to explore the city of Playa del Carmen, which I can attest is a beautiful beachside city. And you'll be also visiting Mayan ruins and Punta del Sur Beach. For this 3-credit education course, you can expect a program fee around $2,700. We have to be determined up there because this was a program originally planned for winter or January 2021, but we are postponing it until summer, and so the budget is just being finalized right now. But that gives you a good estimate based on what we had originally developed. Again, an out-of-pocket cost, a total cost you would want to consider about $3,800. So that's Cozumel. Oh, there we go. The next program I'd like to talk about is Quidditch and Beyond, Sociology of Leisure in UK Culture. So no doubt you have heard about Loch Ness, Harry Potter, bagpipes, golf, soccer, caber tossing, music festivals, so many famous parts of British and Scottish culture. And now you're going to have the opportunity to explore those cultures and in turn evaluate what leisure means to you in this program. Participants are going to be staying in Annet Castle, which is the castle you see in the photo, which is a historic palace about an hour south of Edinburgh, but it is in Northumberland, England. And this castle is actually the site of 2 of the Harry Potter films. So you'll see that riding a broomstick is one of the activities, that bonus activities at this castle. In addition to staying at this castle, you'll be exploring historic Edinburgh. You'll be going on an Invisible Edinburgh tour. You'll have a chance to attend the world famous Edinburgh Jazz and Blues Festival, as well as the International Festival of Edinburgh. You'll be traveling to Lindisfarne Holy Island, going on a Farne Islands boat trip, making it to Abbs Head Nature Reserve, Hadrian's Wall, and you'll be going on a 2-night trek to the Scottish Highlands to explore Loch Ness and Skye. It's an incredible lineup of activities based on a 3-credit sociology course. For this program, you can expect a program fee of about $4,635, but when you're including your out-of-pocket costs, you're looking at about $5,500. Again, we have that priority deadline in December and the final deadline in March. The next program is a repeat one that's been very successful, called Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Scandinavian Gamification and Technology. It's been run twice before, so this is the 3rd iteration. It's run by a faculty who has both Swedish and American citizenship, so she has incredible insight into the Scandinavian culture. In this program, you'll be traveling to Scandinavia for 17 days. You'll stay in 6 different Swedish cities, plus the capital of Denmark of Copenhagen for a night. And there you'll be experiencing the intersection between art, innovation, culture, and the economy. During the program, you're going to be meeting students and faculty from other parts of the world to exchange ideas. You'll also be visiting startup companies, game design incubators, and firms such as Massive Entertainment, Ubisoft. You will also visit medieval sites. You'll see the Linköping Cathedral and City Hall. You'll see the National Museum, the world famous Vasa ship, the kayak in downtown Stockholm. Stockholm is the city you see in this photo. It's spread out in an archipelago. You'll go on a bike tour. You'll go on a dinner cruise through the Stockholm archipelago, and you'll hike in the amazing Swedish countryside. This program is based on a 3-credit business management course, and you can expect a program fee of just over $4,000 and a total cost of around $5,400. The next program I'm going to talk to you about is very unique. You're not going to see a faculty-led program to Mongolia every day. And not only that, you don't always have faculty-led or study abroad programs that are so focused on engineering, and this one does both. On this program, scheduled for July 2021, although the dates are still being finalized, it's another one of those programs that was postponed, so we're still finalizing details. But we know that you'll be spending 3 weeks in the Mongolian steppe. You'll learn the ways of nomadic living and traveling. You'll learn how to assemble and disassemble a Mongolian gur, which is a tent where people live. You'll learn how to do light repairs on a traveling van, perhaps like the one you see in the photo, with a very limited toolbox. And you'll learn how to drive stick shift on rolling backcountry that has no roads. You'll be staying with Mongolian families, sharing and learning about their lives. And you'll be learning bits about Mongolian history and geography through your travel and interactions with your guides. Near the middle of the itinerary, you'll have an exceptional opportunity. You'll be staying in the city, the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, during the Nadam Festival, which is a 3-day display of Mongolian heritage, when the entire country kind of comes together to celebrate traditional forms of archery, horse racing, and wrestling. While you're in Ulaanbaatar, you'll also be visiting the Mongolian National Museum, attending a traditional Mongolian throat singing concert, and view the national parade on the morning of the opening ceremony of the Nadam Festival. This is a 3-credit course for engineering technology. And again, it really is a very unique offering. It's one of the ones that I would be so excited to go on myself. The program fee is being finalized, but you can expect about $4,600 for a billable cost and about $5,400 for everything included. Another really incredible program is one in China, Exploring Cultural Anthropology and Creative Writing in China. This is a really unique offering for a number of different reasons. First, you have the option to take either 1 or 2 courses. If you would take both courses, so you'd be taking 6 credits, the great thing about that is that then you could potentially use financial aid. The 6th credit is your threshold for using financial aid during the summertime. Another very incredible aspect of this program is that you're going to be staying on campus at Northeast Agricultural University in Harbin, China. It's called China's Ice City, which is why you see that incredible ice sculpture in the background of that photo. And while you're staying on campus, you'll be taking these courses with Stout faculty and hopefully Stout students and other students from the UW system. But you'll also be taking these classes alongside Chinese students from NEAU, the university, which really, I think, adds so much cultural exchange opportunities. And to help facilitate that, each week you're going to be going on afternoon excursions with your fellow Chinese students out into the city of Harbin. You'll be going to places like the Harbin Confucian Temple, the Temple of Bliss, the Unit 731 Museum, and the Harbin Forest Botanical Garden. Not only that, each Saturday, you'll also be going on organized trips with your fellow students from Wisconsin and your faculty to places like Sun Island, the Sophia Cathedral and Central Street, and a nature reserve. This program is 4 weeks long, but it still is very reasonable. The program is being finalized right now, but we're looking at about $3,700 for the program fee, or about $4,950 altogether if you're taking just one course, one 3-credit course. If you decide to take a second course, either one, you would pay $678 about extra for that second course. So it really can be a very good deal for taking some courses that for most students are important gen eds to satisfy. Finally, another really unique program, we have a great lineup this year, is Culture and Ethics and Law. And again, in this program, you'll be taking 6 credits. So again, you can use financial aid potentially because you're having those 6 credits. In this program, you'll be studying in Kenya and Tanzania to learn more about how law and ethics pertain to East Africa. And on this 2.5-week trip, you'll have opportunities to visit culturally important sites in southern Kenya and northern Tanzania, including the cities of Nairobi, Kisumu, Mombasa, and Arusha. You'll be seeing naturally incredible places like Lake Victoria, Masai Mara, the Great Rift Valley, Nakuru National Park, Mount Kilimanjaro, and more. You'll be visiting multiple businesses in Kenya and Tanzania as well as visiting colleges. This program is based on a business management course as well as a business law course. For this program, you should expect a program fee of $7,300 and a total cost, including out-of-pocket expenses, of $8,435. So that concludes the summer 2021 programs. I just have a couple ones that I want to highlight to put on your radar for January 2022. These are 2 things to think about. One is an accelerated elementary Spanish program in Miami, Florida. So again, if you'd like to stay a little bit closer to home as far as staying in the United States, but still going to a place that is very different from where we are right now, this would be a really fun program to go on. You'll be going in January 2022, taking a 4-credit Spanish 101 course. We are aiming to keep this a very budget-friendly program, hopefully around $3,500. And why would you want to do this? Well, I can speak from experience that learning another language is really the best done when you are immersed in the language. And you can actually be immersed in Spanish in Miami. And so that is the focus there, is to really make a lot of progress in just a few weeks. We also have a program going to Jamaica, Montego Bay, Jamaica. And this is a professionalism course that was planned for winter 2021 that we're postponing until winter 2022. And on this program, you'll be experiencing professional settings of conversation, dress, and eating etiquette through different cultural experiences. You will get these experiences through visits to the U.S. Embassy for a professional seminar, to Rose Hall Golf Course that Jamaica is so famous for, to a Rastafarian indigenous village with drumming, food tasting, and time to speak with elders there. You'll be visiting also the world famous Dunn's River Falls and having a farewell dinner at the Montego Bay Yacht Club, among other activities. Again, it's pretty far out, but we can expect a program fee of about $5,700 and a total cost of around $6,400. Because this is, out into the future, you'll be able to apply for this program 1 year out in October of 2021. So that brings me to the end of the descriptions of the programs. I just want to point out that our website is UWStout, that's studioabroad.com. If you click on the faculty-led button, the green button there in the center, it'll take you to all of our faculty-led programs. Any that I said were still sort of being determined as far as their budget won't be up there quite yet. Once we have that budget finalized, we'll be launching them, but keep an eye out for them. And of course, you can always contact me or your study abroad staff for more details. So with that, I say thank you so very much for having me, and we hope to see you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all those. Those are definitely some really cool and unique program offerings. Nee, do you have any questions? I know Nee works with our short-term faculty led here, so he might have some insight to maybe some questions he'd like to ask or anything. Nee, do you have any questions?
Yes. Now, if I was like I said, UWPlatt student to come in there to go on a short-term faculty-led program, do you offer any type of scholarships that non-UWPlatt can
You mean
utilize? And
non-Stout
yeah,
students?
non-style student, yes. That would be one question I had.
Well, I would say, first of all, the students should check out always check out the Wisconsin Resident Study Abroad Scholarship. But yes, we have Stout scholarships, but the vast majority of our scholarships that we share with our students on our website are scholarships that anybody can apply for. And actually, that was one of my first projects here. And this job was to update that. So if you go to Start Here, and hover over that, if it was live, you could see a page here called Finances, and that's where we have our list of scholarships. And so for this type of program, typically students would be looking at scholarships that are for short term, although some of the programs that I talked about, for example, the one to China is 4 weeks. Those are kind of opens the opportunities up for students even broader, where they might even be able to apply for a scholarship like the Gilman. So perhaps, I don't know if you have a session during your study abroad fair about the Gilman, but that's a great program for any student who is an American citizen who is receiving the Pell Grant and is traveling abroad for 3 or more weeks. And the deadline is coming up for the next round for any program starting in 2021.
Great. My other question would be is, I know you mentioned a little bit about like financial aid. So if you're doing summer programs and you're doing 3 credits, which is 6 credit in order to apply for financial aid. Now, are students able to do a 3 credit? Let's say they like to do 3 credit here at UW-Plattville and do a 3 credit there. Would financial aid apply to that, or is that something they have to work with the financial aid department?
For these kinds of questions, I always refer students to the financial aid office because they're the experts. But I know as far as for Stout students, yes, they absolutely could be taking 3 credits through a faculty-led program and then be taking another course of 3 credits, perhaps something that was online, for example, during the summer. And that would still meet the requirement of the 6 credits.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I think that's all we really have. We want to thank you for coming and joining us and sharing with us that wonderful presentation and all those great, unique program opportunities. We will be sharing this recording on our website. We'll share it with you as well in case you want it. But this way students can come and look at it, and in case they were unable to make it. But yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure.